Football is back at Markham Field here at Mill Creek High School. I am Phil Jackson alongside Omar, and we could not be pleased to bring you the home opener of the Mill Creek Hawks as they welcome the Orchard Tigers on the Mill Creek Network's Friday Night Lights.
Welcome. Tonight is Neon Night for the Mill Creek Hawks fans, as you can. And tonight is our first home game today. The Orchard Tigers visiting are 0-2 today in the season, and the Mill Creek Hawks are 2-0 so far in the season. Stay tuned for more here on the Mill Creek Network.
Well, Omar, we've got a very much battle of two different teams tonight. Mill Creek comes in with a record of 2-0 after last week defeating the Norcross Blue Devils 21-10 in a game that really featured both defenses up front and foremost. Mill Creek's defense in the second half was fairly dominant. They forced a lot of turnovers and did a great job of shutting down the Norcross passing game. But overall, Archer as well, they kind of had some struggles throughout this season. They lost last week, 26-34 to Seconder, a team that might not necessarily be a team that you want to be losing to. So they really need to rebound in big fashion tonight.
Yep, all that is very correct. So far, as we're going to this beginning of our first home game, lots of hype here, lots of energy and excitement here on Markham Field tonight.
Alexander Colby. Number 5 is Richmond Russell. 6 is Jones Christian. Number 12 is husband Kevin DeMarco. And your captains for the Hawks, number 8, Sean Cummings.
Tonight's captains for Mill Creek: Sean Cummings, tonight's captains for Mill Creek: number 8, Sean Cummings; number 10, Gavin Knott; number 18, Cannon Kiley; and number 19, Justin Ball. And the Archer Tigers will take the field ready and waiting to greet their opponents of Mill Creek, who, like we mentioned, are opening the season at home for the very first time tonight. Hawks, of course, a star-studded roster with multiple D1 commits, including the star player himself, linebacker Luke Metz, who is committed to Alabama.
And as you can see on the field right now, we've got the Let's Go Hawks banner on the right side of your screen.
All right, Hawk fans, on your feet for the first time this season at Markham Field. Let's welcome.
And they're on the field now, shooting off fireworks. Lots of energy here for our first game of the season at home at Markham Field. This is the Mill Creek Network. Stay tuned.
All right, Omar, I think it's time to talk about the roster tonight for Mill Creek. Like I mentioned, it is a fairly star-studded lineup with, nonetheless, of course, their team captain, their head, Shane Throgmorton, number 16, the quarterback, has been fairly solid off to the start of this season. He, of course, is a little bit down in terms of his completion percentage, just barely completing over 50% of his passes. But still, he comes in tonight committed to a college. And nonetheless, he's looking to take that next step this year.
We hope to see a lot of improvement from our Hawks this season, and we've got a great team lineup this year, and we hope to see all of our players succeed this year. And this is kicking off our very first home game at Markham Field. This is the Mill Creek Network.
looking at the rest of your starters tonight from Mill Creek, across the offensive line, number 51, the senior Jax Murphy. Number 70, the junior Jalen Hillman. Number 57 is your center, Cooper Harris. Number 67, Artero Garcia on the right side. And finally, lining out that line is number 61, Tyson Murphy. Wide receivers tonight, starting for Mill Creek, are Trey Walker, number 5, number 8, Sean Cummings. Mill Creek won the toss and deferred, so that means Archer will start things off. Brady Lane out there to handle kickoff duties for Mill Creek, and we're just about ready to get set with the first football game here on the Mill Creek Network. Glad you're with us here as we get started. The kick is away. That'll be taken by Archer at about the 4-yard line, returning that across the far sideline out near the 25, and that is where the Tigers will start with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 now, Archer quarterback Jordan Doe takes the snap, fires it across the far sideline, and that will be a gain of about 8 for the Tigers.
That'll make it 2nd and some for the Archer Tigers. Second and 2 now. Archer trying to make a play over here, and that'll pass them. That'll move the chains now for Archer Tigers. That'll make it 1st down for the Archer Tigers.
On 1st down now, Archer running it over on the far sideline. That's Colby Alexander there getting the carry. We'll get a nice gain for the Tigers out to about the 45. Call it a 2nd and 2 now.
Second down now for the Archer Tigers. And that'll be an incomplete pass.
Unfortunate play there by Jordan Doe, throwing off his back foot, just kind of on the run. Didn't really have time to get his feet set and get that completion there. He had a guy open, but unfortunately, it will bring up a 3rd and short. On 3rd and 2 now, Doe takes the snap. It's a direct quarterback carry up the middle. He's got a nice gain and a 1st down for the Tigers into Mill Creek territory, and he's tackled down at about the 45. And the Tigers will continue the drive.
And the snap for the Archer Tigers, it'll be a rushing play, and they'll get them right around on the 40-yard line. That'll be 2nd down now for the Archer Tigers.
On 2nd down now, Doe motions a man, and we'll give the carry to the near side. Short play there on the run. Tackle made that time by Connor Faber, and it'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Third and short now for the Archer Tigers. Waiting for the snap now for Doe. Here's the snap. Oh, low snap there for the quarterback. And they'll get him right there at the 35. Will that move the chains?
That'll bring up a 4th and 1. Interesting decision here early for the Tigers, and it looks like they will go for it on 4th and short. Doe takes the quarterback keeper, and he's stuffed at the line, pushing the pile, maybe gets the first down, but it looks like he will be just short, and indeed he is. Mill Creek forces a first drive, turnover, and Hawks will go on offense.
Great play right there by the Mill Creek Hawks defense. Great way to stop them right there and turn over the ball.
Hawks led out onto the field by their senior quarterback, Shane Throgmartin. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, completion percentage is down a little bit from last year, but nonetheless, still a fairly strong start to the season, and it really helps to have Daniel Smith in the backfield. And the opening play will be an initial give to Daniel Smith, but Malachi Miller up the middle. Big gain for the Hawks into Archer territory and down at about the 47-yard line. Nice play by Malachi Miller up the middle on the jet sweep, and it's a first down.
Incredible trick play right there for the Hawks. Lots of laterals right there. Incredible play. Big yard gain for the Mill Creek Hawks. It'll be first and 10 now for the Mill Creek Hawks.
On 1st and 10 now inside of Tiger territory. Throgmartin gives up the middle to Daniel Smith, and Smith with a big run up the middle. Daniel Smith to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks.
Incredible drive right there for the Mill Creek Hawks. Very quick touchdown after a turnover from the Archer Tigers at about the 36-yard line. To kick it off now, Brady Lane.
Snap from Tyson Murphy. Trey Walker, the holder here for the initial extra point attempt from Brady Lane after the big play by Daniel Smith to get the Hawks on the board first. The kick is up, and it is good. Hawks will start off with a 7-0 lead.
Starting off strong now, the Mill Creek Hawks. Very good drive right now.
At this time, the Mill Creek Network would like to thank some of their big board sponsors: Hamilton Milk Complete Family Care, Dog Mountain Pet Resort and Spa, and Impact Home Services. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek football and the Mill Creek Network. Brady Lane now out for the kickoff duties once again.
Up to kick now, the senior Brady Lane. And he's away. And the ball will land about the 12-yard line for the Archer Tigers. A nice return there, and they'll get him at the 36, about there. It'll be first down now for the Archer Tigers.
Nice return there by the senior Ethan Campbell to give the Tigers good starting field position for this next drive. Remember, of course, their first drive ended on a 4th and 1 attempt inside of Hawks territory. Now, Omar, I do want to get your thoughts here before this next drive starts. That last drive, the Tigers started off running the ball really well against the Mill Creek defense. Is that something that they need to continue to do throughout this game, or do we think passing is going to be the key to victory here?
I think right now for the Tigers, a good rushing lineup now would be really good, because as we can see right now, we're having some. The Tigers are having a lot of good rushing plays right now. They've got a very strong rushing team, and they're good at. They make lots of yards.
Nice play there by the Tigers to get into Mill Creek territory. 1st and 10 now from the Hawks' 48. Doe with one back in the backfield. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the top. That's Campbell in motion. Up the middle, big play once again for the Tigers. Inside the 20, down inside the 15-yard line before he's tussled out of bounds. And a nice game there. Jaden Barnes on the tackle. 1st and 10 in the red zone now.
Very strong rushing plays we've got so far for the Archer Tigers. In the red zone is the Archer Tigers, currently on the 14-yard line. The snap. He's trying to go. Oh, and will that be a sack for the Hawks? And he gets him. That'll be 2nd and long now. Eli Richards with the tackle now.
Nice play there by Eli Richards along the defensive line. Great pressure off the edge. And that sets the Tigers up with 2nd and long now, all the way back at the 21, I believe that is. A long way to go now. They still can get a first down, however, before they get to the end zone. So there is still life for them here.
Back on the play, that's going to back up Archer 5 yards.
Second and even longer now for the Tigers. Doe throws to the near side. That is a lateral, but I believe he is down. That slipped as he was trying to cut it upfield. And this drive is just going backwards now for Archer. They cannot seem to get things going once they get inside the Mill Creek 40.
What a shame. Such great drives we had at the beginning of this drive for the Archer Tigers. And now we only see a bunch of setbacks. And now the ball is on the 32-yard line. That's 3rd and 29 for the Archer Tigers. So far the score is Mill Creek 7, Archer nil.
3rd and 29 now. Archer has a mile to go before they can get that first down.
Archer takes their first time out of the half.
I believe we got a timeout indeed. Archer takes their first timeout of the half.
Get ready for Maple. Get ready for Maple. Maple, go.
First time out of the game, taken by the Archer Tigers. They're going to need to revise their game plan as of now, as they're 3rd and 29 in the beginning of this first quarter. After a great beginning drive, they seem to have been having some setbacks. Tigers back on the field now. The ball is on the 32-yard line, it seems. 3rd and long for the Archer Tigers.
3rd and 29. Doe dropping back, looking deep, trying to go for a deep ball. Separation. He's got him. Touchdown, Archer. Campbell there on the reception, and Archer ties the game.
That'll make it 7-6 now. Mill Creek 7, Archer 6. Now for the kick. Andrew Rogers for the field goal. And he'll go through the uprights, and the kick is good. That'll make it 7-7 now. 7 Mill Creek, 7 Archer.
Well, Omar, I think you and I are both a little bit surprised by that. Archer has come out of the gates firing here. They've looked very competent on offense to this point, even with not only just their rushing attack, but their passing game as well. Jordan Doe has kind of been on fire, and that's kind of the same thing that we saw last week against Seconder. He had a monster performance, nearly 300 passing yards and multiple touchdowns, and he's already coming out firing here.
We've got ourselves a good game in our hands. Archer with a very strong offense, and as well, Mill Creek, very great offense as well. We've seen a lack of defense on both teams so far, but we have seen a lot of sacks. We have a sack so far from the Mill Creek Hawks, and so far, now we're on the kickoff.
Andrew Rogers now back out for the kickoff for Archer. Malachi Miller, Daniel Smith, and Trey Walker back deep to receive from Mill Creek. Looks to be a shorter kick, and it will be taken out of bounds. I believe, and indeed, that sails out of bounds. Mill Creek will get good position to start off this next drive.
Also call a flag on that for out of bounds kick. That'll put him on the 30-yard line. Let's see. We'll put him on the 35 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. First down.
First and 10 now from their own 35. Throgmorton in the offense. Set things up. Gendelsberger will go in motion, as will Miller. Throgmorton will give to Miller. Miller up the middle. Another big play. Another big rush. Malachi Miller. One play. He might be gone. And he is. Touchdown.
First play of the drive, and it's a touchdown for the Mill Creek Hawks.
Miller with another one.
Great play right there. First play of the drive for the Mill Creek Hawks on this drive so far, and that was a score. Touchdown, about 70 yards. Now for the kick, Brady Lane. And the kick is good. That'll put him up by 7 points. It'll be 14 Mill Creek, 7 Archer.
Well, Omar, so far, offense has been the name of the game. Mill Creek, the rushing attack, showing up strong in this first half. Malachi Miller with a one-play rushing touchdown, 65 yards. And then, of course, earlier, you had the Daniel Smith rushing touchdown on the opening drive. So far, the key to success for Mill Creek seems to be just running up the middle, because nobody on Archer can stop them to this point.
Yeah, like Will was saying, great offense we have right now. Both teams, Archer doing some great plays on the rushing, and as well as Mill Creek, and we've got some great passing plays as well from quarterback Jordan Doe for Archer Tigers. Right now, for the kick again, Mr. Brady Lane.
Back deep here on the kickoff. And a 11 for Archer and Ethan Campbell. And then you've got Colby Alexander, number 2, ready to receive the kick from Brady Lane. Of course, Brady Lane has had a very strong kicking career at Mill Creek. He's been consistently getting touchbacks for this team, but this one will not be the case. Taken at the 5 by Colby Alexander, cutting it up the far side before he's tripped up down at about the 23. I believe that Gavin Knott with the tackle for Mill Creek, and that'll set Archer up with a 1st and 10.
The start of a new drive now for the Archer Tigers. The ball is on the 22 for the Archer Tigers. 1st and 10 now. Beginning of a new drive.
First and 10 now for Jordan Doe. Low snap there, but he handles it and gets completion to the near side before he's tackled down by Jaden Barnes, but it should be a nice little gain there out across the 30.
You're noticing a lot of low snaps so far, but a very great recovery by Jordan Doe on the Archer Tigers.
Jaden Barnes comes to make the tackle, 2nd down for the Tigers.
Second and 3 now for Doe in the offense. But before that, we got whistles and a false start against Archer.
That'll push him back a few yards.
Flagging back the Tigers at 5 yards, remains 2nd down.
That'll put the line of scrimmage now on the ball on the 24-yard line. It is now 2nd and 8 for the Archer Tigers after a false start penalty for the Archer Tigers.
Second and 8 now for Doe, looking to throw over the middle, and once again, that area is wide open, and the Mill Creek defense kind of getting torn apart by this Archer passing game. That's a 1st down out across the 35 for the Tigers.
Great play there by Jordan Doe. That'll be first and 10 again, once again for the Archer Tigers. They'll move the chains with that one. Ball now on the 37-yard line for the Archer Tigers. The snap, looking to pass it, and he'll go up the side, and he'll stop right about the 50-yard line. That'll move the chains again. 1st down for the Archer Tigers.
That screen pass goes for a 1st down for the Tigers.
The snap. That'll move the Archer Tigers back a few yards. Now on the 47-yard line. 2nd and 13 for the Archer Tigers.
Back inside of their own territory now. 2nd and 13 at their own 47. The Tigers with Bajin in the backfield. Passing situation here, and I would not be surprised if Jordan Doe tries to go for one here, as he'll motion Bajin out to the far or near side rather. That is a completion, but a short one rather. And that's Sean Cummings on the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and we'll call it about 7 now for the Tigers.
Cummings on the tackle.
The Hawks are starting to fill those holes in their defense. But still a lot of passing plays so far for the Archer Tigers. What do they have in store? Stay tuned on the Mill Creek Network.
3rd and 7 now. Doe looking to throw. He's got pressure off the edge, but he goes deep. He's got a man. Does he have him? No, just barely overthrows his receiver there. And it'll bring up a 4th down. Alexander, the intended target for the Tigers. going to be, do they try to go for it again here? Because they're kind of in that middle range where they're outside of field goal range generally, but it's also not really that spot where you want to punt here.
Real gray area right now for the Archer Tigers. A few drives ago, on 4th and 1, they went for it. Now is not the case. 4th and 7, what? Looks like they're sending out the punting team.
Walker and Herder drop back to receive the punt.
Delay of game there will back Archer up another 5 yards, although it is kind of a genius move, honestly. It gives your punter a little bit more room to work with. And Walker back deep for Mill Creek, standing both at about the 25. Nobody from Mill Creek will be there to field it, and it'll just kind of roll to a stop and out of bounds near the Mill Creek 35, and indeed it will be the Mill Creek 35. And that is where the Hawks will start 1st and 10 with their next possession.
Lots of action so far in this game. Not a lot of long drives so far. We've had a lot of short drives. Very quick drives, very fast, very action-packed. Stay tuned here on the Mill Creek Network. And now, the Hawks are on their 35. Shane Throgmartin.
Throgmartin now on 1st down. 5 receivers out wide for him. He'll put Herder in the motion to the top of your screen now. Throgmartin looking to throw. He's got his man there. It'll be a short gain out near the 40 where he's dragged down.
Archer's defense is all over that. Filling in the gaps now.
Skater 5 on the play brings it 2nd and 5 for the Hawks.
Now the Hawks are on their 40. 2nd and 5 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. Waiting for the snap now, Shane Throgmartin.
Throgmartin once again going 5 wide initially, but he'll motion Daniel Smith into the backfield. And it will be a give up the middle to Daniel Smith, who's got a hole once again. A burst into Archer territory, breaks a tackle. Daniel Smith off to the races, inside the 10. Touchdown, Mill Creek.
He's on fire today, Daniel Smith. That'll make it 20, Mill Creek, 7 Archer. Brady Lane now with the point attempt. Now Brady Lane, and he goes through the uprights, and that'll be a good kick. That'll make it 21 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. And now the score is 21-7, Mill Creek Archer.
Once again, another massive running play for Mill Creek there. Daniel Smith with already his 2nd touchdown of the night. Both of them over 40 yards. And if you're Archer, you have to really be curious about your front 7 because so far they've been gashed by the running game. That's something that they've got to really shore up here heading into the later portions of this game because as Mill Creek builds the lead, they'll be even more inclined to just keep running it down their throats.
Yes, like Will said, Archer's defense right now needing to fill up some gaps, especially on those running plays from specifically Daniel Smith. Great night today for him, and this game is on fire so far. Already a 28-point game for both teams, and it's only the end of the first quarter.
Lane to kick off once again with just over 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Alexander and Campbell back deep to receive. And it's booted away, back to the Tigers. That one should be a touchback as it'll sail into the end zone. And the Tigers will start at the 20.
Lane's kick into the end zone, touchback. First down for the Tigers at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 now for the Tigers. They're on the 20 after a touchback.
On first and 10 now from their own 20. Doe in the offense now staring down a 14-point deficit. They need to get something going on this drive. Otherwise, they might start to fall out of it here. It would be a give to the far sideline, and that is Alexander with a short gain before he's tossed out of bounds by Zaleski.
Rise on the tackle. Short gain on the perfect tips. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers.
Archer now on the 22-yard line. 2nd and 8. Lots of stuff going down in the backfield. That'll push them back a few yards. 3rd and long now for the Archer Tigers. That'll push them back to about
3rd down and 10 for Archer.
First and 10 now. Doe looking to throw. Pressure up the middle, and he's tossed down for real this time.
incredible.
The second sack of the night for Mill Creek, and that'll force the Tigers way back here on another drive.
4th and very long now for the Archer Tigers. That'll push it back all the way to the 10-yard line, or 11-yard line, I assume, 9-yard. Punt team, not a lot of room in the back. Here we go, Andrew Rogers with the punt. And the ball will land around the 40-yard line. Trey Walker with a return right there. And the ball will be on the 40-yard line, about the 40-yard line for the Mill Creek Hawks.
Great starting field position on this drive for Mill Creek as they're already inside the Tigers' 40-yard line, specifically starting at the 30-yard. Daniel Smith once again in the backfield with Throgmartin on a 1st and 10. Do we see Smith get the carry here? I imagine so, as it's been a fairly much Daniel Smith-centric night. And we've got a flag here. Or a false start.
False start on the Mill Creek Hawks. That'll push them back 5 yards now. Pushing 15 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. That'll put them on the 38-yard line. The 43-yard line.
1st and 15 now. Throgmartin fakes the give to Smith. That's Trey Walker with a nice head of steam. A blocker in front of him, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the Archer Tigers 30.
They move the chains with that one. Trey Walker with a reception.
First and 10 now from the Tigers' 27-yard line. Smith once again in the backfield with Throgmartin. Walker to the near side. Throgmartin with a snap going over his head. This could be disastrous. Throgmartin will just have to fall on it and eat that play. That's a monstrous loss and one that you cannot afford to take in scoring position like that.
2nd and long now after a failed snap.
Falls on the loose ball. Brings up 2nd and 1 for
Second and 29 now for the Mill Creek Hawks.
Throgmorton once again with Smith in the backfield. This time the snap is good, and that's a throw out to the near side. Nearly intercepted there by Archer, but nonetheless, it'll fall incomplete. And now the Hawks staring down 3rd and a mile. Will need to go deep into the bag of tricks to try and pick up this first down.
Approaching the end of the first quarter now. The score is 21 Mill Creek Hawks, 7 Archer Tigers. Very active game so far. Also very action-packed drives so far. So far, 3rd and 29 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. They'll have the ball on the 46-yard line. The snap, Throgmorton looking to pass. Trey Walker with the reception, running up the field. He passes the 30. No, the 20. Will that be short of the first down?
Takes the pass. Place the first down marker, but a little bit short.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter with your score, Mill Creek Hawks 21, Tigers 7. You're watching Friday Night Football on the Mill Creek Network, and we will return right after this break. Back now for the start of the second quarter. Mill Creek attempting a field goal here. Brady Lane. Oh, did they get him to jump? I believe they did, and a flag will fly. That should be enough to give Mill Creek new life on a first down. A costly special teams mistake there by the Tigers.
What a blunder right there. They had a great position right there. Very also close to the red zone. And that'll be a turnover. Now we'd like to thank some of our big board sponsors. Arby's of Hamilton Mill, Mayday Pest Control, Bowman, and Rochetti's. Thank you for sponsoring the Mill Creek Hawks.
Hawks now with new life after the special teams mistake by the Tigers on the offsides. Throgmorton back out there with Smith in the backfield. We'll take the snap and give it to Smith, running along the near side. But a nice play there by the Tigers defense for a tackle for loss. Caught a loss of 2 on the play.
Daniel Smith takes the handoff.
Trick play right there by Shane Throgmorton. Doesn't get it anyways. Passes it to Smith.
Second and 12.
And that'll be a loss of yards for the Mill Creek Hawks. 2nd and 12 for the Mill Creek Hawks. Ball on the 16-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 12, another snap that goes over Throgmorton's head, and once again, He just has to fall on it all the way back at the 30. The Hawks take 1 step forward and 2 steps backwards on this drive. Now going to be facing 3rd and half a mile, we'll call it this time. Not quite as long as the last one, but still a long way to go.
You've been noticing so far, Archer Tigers lots of low snaps, and here on the Mill Creek Hawks, lots of high snaps. Which one's better? Who knows? What matters is the quarterback and how he recovers it.
Third and 22 now. Throgmorton looking to throw, and that'll go off the hands of Miles Gendelsberger, and it'll bring up 4th and long. And once again, we likely will see a Brady Lane field goal attempt.
About a 45-yard field goal attempt for Brady Lane now. So far, his record is a 50-yard punt attempt this season, and the refs are calling something on the Hawks. The Hawks call their first timeout of the game so far.
After the Mill Creek timeout, it took a little bit too long there to get set up for that field goal attempt. It'll be Brady Lane back out once again. Tyson Murphy, the snapper. Trey Walker, the holder. 45-yard field goal attempt coming. Field goal is up. It's on the way. It's got the distance, and it's good. Hawks add 3 to their total, and that's a good one from Brady Lane there. His best week, so good to see him start off this game with a nice rebound with that 45-yarder.
24 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. As a successful field goal attempt, 45 yards for Brady Lane.
Now, Omar, it is always great to see someone come out like that after a rough week last week, because remember, Brady Lane last week missed 2 field goals at Norcross, which would have helped propel the Hawks to a more compelling victory. Remember, they won last week 21-10. So it's good to see that he comes out here and drills that one.
Close game last week against the Norcross Blue Devils. So far, the Hawks are ahead.
Without the color guard here, it's very obvious.
Now Carter Jackson for the kick.
Kickoff for the Hawks.
Jackson now for the kickoff duties. He'll boot it deep. And that one will sail out of bounds.
That'll put the Tigers on the 35-yard line now. Hawks up by 17, 24 Mill Creek Hawks so far, and Archer Tigers 7 points in the game.
Between drives, Mill Creek would like to thank some of their big board sponsors. We'll get to it after this play, rather. As Doe's ready to go, he'll take that snap. It's another low one, but he handles it once again and gets a completion out across the 40. Call it the 42-yard line. We'll bring up 2nd and short. The Mill Creek Network would like to thank Zaxby's of Hamilton Mill, Impact Home Services, and Bubba's 33 for their support of the Mill Creek football and the Mill Creek Network. Now Doe once again, this time looking to throw, and he'll get a completion, and it's nearly intercepted. Had it in his hands, bounced off, and nearly picked off there by Mill Creek. Devin Donaldson almost there to get the interception, but once again, that is incomplete.
Ball is now on the 42-yard line for the Archer Tigers. 3rd and 3. Lots of low snaps. Another low snap now. He passes it to number 3. It looks like it. Oh, trick play. And that'll be a loss of yards for the Archer Tigers. That'll push him back to 4th.
Hawks won the ball, make the tackle. Loss on the play brings up 4th down.
4th and 4 now for the Archer Tigers.
Andrew Rogers on once again to punt for Archer. Trey Walker back deep for Mill Creek, as is Carson Herder. Both of them stand at about their own 32 or 33-yard line. It's a decent punt this time. The fair catch is signaled for and taken in by Herder. And the Hawks will get the ball 1st and 10 at the 37.
Good return there.
Throgmorton once again out for Mill Creek. Daniel Smith, of course, the star running back, stands next to him. Got a man in motion. That is Miller. It's a fake to Miller to give out the middle to Daniel Smith. It'll be a nice little gain there. Call it a gain of 3 out to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
Short carry right there. Good trick play there by Shane Throgmorton. That'll
Throgmorton looking to throw once again. He's got a man open over the middle. That's taken in. That's Trey Walker. Trey Walker to the end zone. Touchdown, Mill Creek.
on fire today, Trey Walker and Daniel Smith. Now for the extra point attempt for the Mill Creek Hawks. Brady Lane with the kick. And there's the ball through the uprights, and it'll be good. That'll put the score up. Score is now 31, Mill Creek Hawks, 7, Archer Tigers.
Hawks really pouring it on here, Omar. So far, Archer has not been able to contend with Mill Creek's big playability, whether it be through the running game, which is what we saw through most of the first quarter. Remember, Daniel Smith already with 2 touchdowns in this game. Malachi Miller got a nice one earlier on, off the trick play up the middle. And then, of course, right there, Trey Walker with a monstrous completion over the middle and a beautifully thrown pass by Shane Throgmorton. Delivered it right on the money to give Walker the chance to just run straight into the end zone. And that's how you see it now. 31-7 for the Hawks.
Now the teams seem to have warmed up. The defense have filled in their gaps. And we're seeing a lot of running plays today for both teams, the Hawks and the Tigers.
Now Brady Lane back out once again to handle the kickoff duties for Mill Creek. Back deep for Archer. Should be returned, and indeed it's taken in at about the 3. Coming to the near side and out of bounds right around the 20. That is Campbell taking that out, and Archer will go back on offense for the 1st and 10.
Short return there for the Tigers.
At this time, the Mill Creek Network and Mill Creek Football would like to thank some of their scoreboard sponsors: Foul Mill, Infinity Wealth Management, and Healthy Minds for Healthy Homes. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek Football and the Mill Creek Network. First and 10 now. Archer desperately needing a score on this drive. Doe will take the pass. He's got 5 wide. He's got pressure in his face as well. That's Campbell with the reception. Out across the 30, nearly to the 35, before he's dragged down. That's Cummings on the tackle. The 1st down.
That'll move the chains for the Tigers. Now on the 34-yard line. The snap, low snap right there. Looking to pass it down. Lots of pressure in the backfield. And will that be a sack? And it's a sack for the Mill Creek Hawks. Luke Metz with the sack. That'll push him back to 2nd and 19 now for the Archer Tigers. They're on the 25-yard line. Doe with a low snap right there. And he can't get past that Hawks defense. Gavin Ott with the tackle right there. That'll push him back more to 3rd and looks like about 20-something. Third and 24 for the Archer Tigers now on the 20-yard line. On the 19-yard line, correction.
3rd and long now from their own 20. Doe with 4 receivers to the top of your screen. Another low snap. That's been a consistent theme. Pressure in his face, but he's able to get that complete and racing up the near sideline before he is pushed out of bounds there. It's going to be a nice attempt, but will be well short of the 1st down for Ken Husband. Interesting name there. And a great play, but nonetheless, short of the 1st down.
Fourth and 10 now for the Archer Tigers. Bringing out the punt team. On the right of your screen, Mr. Andrew Rogers with the punt. There's the ball. A short punt there for the Tigers. Hawks will get a fair catch on the 39-yard line.
Really nice series there for Mill Creek. Pressure on every single down, it felt like, every single moment. Doe had no time to get that throw off, even on the punt attempt there. Pressure almost immediately by the Mill Creek front 7.
Yeah, lots of pressure in the backfield right there for Doe.
First and 10 now from the 35, or the 39 rather. Throgmorton looking to throw here. Might take off with it, and indeed he will. Takes a hit there and only gets about 4 yards out of that. Caught a gain of 4 out to the 43-yard line.
Sean Adamukin with the tackle.
Second and 6 now from their own 43. The Hawks with Smith in the backfield. That'll be a backward pass to Smith, who will take off with it out across the far side, and he's got a first down into Tiger territory. Daniel Smith with another nice play for this Hawks offense.
Great play right there by the Hawks. They'll move the chains. That'll be first down for the Hawks. They'll put the ball on the Tigers' 48. The snap now, passing it to number 14 on the side, and they'll get him out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. That'll be second down now.
Good effort there by Malachi Miller. Took the short completion and turned it upfield for a few extra yards and sets Mill Creek up with a nice little 2nd and 3 here.
Short plays right now for the Hawks, trying to get some ground. So far, we've seen a lot of filling in the gaps now for the defense. Now the defense is nice and warmed up on both teams. A lot more action now.
Throgmorton drops back. He's got a man open downfield, but he's got pressure in his face. He'll have to scramble out of it, and he'll just throw that one downfield. Is that caught? Is that caught? Yes, it is! Miles Gendelsberger with a beautiful catch down inside the 5. Correction there, not Miles Gendelsberger. That is Devin Hamilton. Still, nonetheless, different player, same beautiful catch. First and goal, Mill Creek.
Beautiful reception right there. Now in the red zone on the 6-yard line, it appears. First and goal now for the Hawks.
First and goal now, Throgmorton looks to throw on the near side. Is that caught? No, it's not. Justin Content went up for it, but could not come down with it. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Pass attempt broken up by Chutes. Second goal for the Hawks. Timeout Hawks.
after the Mill Creek timeout. Throgmorton back out for a 2nd and goal. Van Dry in the backfield, and he'll get the carry, cutting it up the far side. Van Dry is into the end zone for the Mill Creek touchdown. Hawks pouring it on in the 2nd quarter. Yet another rushing score.
That'll make it 37 now for the Mill Creek Hawks. Dry with the score. Incredibly action-packed this first half of the game. Let's hope they keep this action going for the rest of the game. Hawks. Now Brady Lane for the extra point attempt. There's the ball. Get it uprights, and it'll be good. That'll make it 38 now for the Mill Creek Hawks.
A Walker snap from Murphy is good.
31-point game now for the Mill Creek Hawks.
4:43 left in the first half. It's Mill Creek 38. Archer 7.
Campbell and Alexander back deep now once again to receive the kickoff from Brady Lane. Brady Lane's actually been giving them a fair amount of kickoff opportunities, or kick return opportunities rather, throughout this game. We'll see if that's the case once again here. And kickoff is away. And close, and it will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and that will bring the Tigers out to the 20-yard line for their next drive.
Approaching the end of the half. About 4 minutes left in this quarter, and we'll have the halftime show. The Mill Creek Hawks marching band, the pride of Mill Creek. The Tigers on the 20-yard line now after the touchback from Brady Lane.
Go once again. Nobody in the backfield with him, being backed up all the way near his own end zone. But he's able to get that out to Alexander. And Alexander cuts it upfield for a nice gain out across the 30. That's a first down for Archer.
Colby Alexander with that huge reception right there for the Archer Tigers to pick them back up in this drive. They'll be now on the 33-yard line. Doe with the snap, throwing down, and it'll be incomplete pass.
Scrimmage. Second and 10 for the Tigers.
Second and long now for Doe.
Incomplete pass for the Archer Tigers. That'll make it 3rd and 10 now.
Now on 3rd and 10, Begney in the backfield with Doe. Doe will roll to the far side, looking deep. And he'll get a mid-range completion out across the 40, near the 45. And that should be enough for an Archer first down, and indeed it is.
Great play right there. Saved themselves. Great conversion right there on the third down for the Archer Tigers. That'll move the chains up to the 44-yard line for Archer Tigers. First down now for the Archer Tigers.
From the 44 now, Doe looking to throw once again. He's got pressure in his face. Hit as he throws. And the pass will just go over the head of Alexander there. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Out of bounds. Throw right there for Doe. Presses it over it out. Lots of pressure in the backfield right now. We're seeing a lot of pressure in the backfield from the Mill Creek defense attacking that Archer backfield. Right now, 2nd and 10.
Begney once again joins Doe in the backfield. That's Husband in motion. Doe with a quarterback keeper up the middle with a nice gain. And a couple of Hawks there to make the tackle. That's Zaleski there with the tackle. And we'll bring up a 3rd and short.
In Hawks territory now, the Archer Tigers on the 46-yard line for first down. Offsides penalty for the Mill Creek Hawks, and that'll move them up 5 yards. That'll make it 1st and 5 now for the Archer Tigers. That'll put the ball on the Hawks 41.
First and 5 now from the Mill Creek 41-yard line. Doe once again dropping back, looking to throw, launches it deep towards the end zone. Alexander's there, and Alexander has got the touchdown for the Tigers.
13 points now for the Archer Tigers. Trying to make a comeback now. Deep into the 2nd quarter so far. 3 minutes left. Number 98, Andrew Rogers on the right side of your screen, preparing for the kick. There's a snap and the kick. And the kick is good for the Archer Tigers. That'll put them up to 14 points now.
So the Tigers get the big play that they desperately needed to get themselves back within a little bit more of a manageable scoreline. Still, of course, staring down a huge deficit that the Hawks have built up here. Mostly due to their running game, but also due to some well-timed throws by Shane Throgmartin. But still, the opportunity is definitely still there, especially if they can keep connecting on some of these big pass plays.
Yeah, exactly, Will. Right now they're at a 24-point deficit, but the Archers are still have a fighting chance. They're going with those big passing plays now because they're seeing that the Hawks, their defense and their safeties have been leaving gaps in the defense. So far now in the 2nd quarter, 38 points for the Mill Creek Hawks, the home team, and the visiting team, the Archer Tigers from Lawrenceville, 14. 24-point game we have on our own. Now for the kick from the Tigers. Andrew Rogers. Kick right there. And the ball will land outside right about the 23-yard line. And we'll call it an out-of-bounds kick. That'll put them on the 35.
Yeah, Omar, I'm not sure exactly what it is that we've been talking about, but that's not the first time that we've seen some of these teams have kickoff trouble. You can likely pin the culprit on being the fact that we got a pretty heavy rain shower before this game started, so maybe the field might be just a little bit slick here, but nonetheless, that's the 3rd time now that we've seen a kick go out of bounds, and I would not be surprised if that continues as the night goes on.
Yeah, when we got here a little before the game, it was very slick. Lots of rain. There was rain pour down down on the field. The seats were wet, to say the least. And so the kicks haven't been great so far, so we're going to see what happens. And now up the field. Looks to be a loss of yards for the Hawks.
Further on the carry, Williams tries to make the tackle for Archer. No gain on the play, brings up second down for the Hawks.
No gain for the Hawks. That'll be 2nd and 10. Carson Herder with the carry.
Now on 2nd and 10. Smith and Hamilton to the bottom of your screen. 5 wide now for Throgmorton as we approach the halftime point. And that's intercepted by Archer, taking it back the other way, down inside the Mill Creek 30. And a huge break and a huge takeaway there for the Archer defense gives the Tigers brand new life.
Throgmorton with that quick pass. Didn't leave any time for the Hawks to respond. Great opportunity for the Archer Tigers right there to steal the ball from them. And now Archer possession on the 30, about the 29-yard line.
First down for the Tigers at the 28-yard line.
With 2:40 left in this first half, Tigers already in scoring position inside the Mill Creek 30. They definitely need to come away with points here if they want to have a chance of clawing their way back into this game. But Doe's definitely had the night so far. He can do that. He's got a man in motion to start things off. He'll give it to the man in motion. That's a live football. That's a fumble. And a huge loss here. Mill Creek is all over that one, all the way back near the 50.
What a response from the Mill Creek defense, taking it back after their interception from the Archer Tigers. They're not going to let themselves be beat by the Tigers. Pushing back all the way near midfield. That'll be 2nd and very long for the Archer Tigers.
Now from the 43, Doe looking to throw again. He's got a man underneath. He escapes a tackle, misses that one. A big play here for Archer inside the 20, gaining the penalty or the sack yardage back and a little bit more. Near the 20-yard line, call it the 21. And that's where 3rd down will come up. Doe now on 3rd and short, sails a pass over the head of his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 4th and medium. Campbell, the intended target there. And now another big decision coming up for Archer here. With being down as much as you are, I think you'd have to go for it here, right, Omar?
Yeah, that's the smartest decision they can make right now. 4th and 3 is not a lot to go through. But they did fail in the beginning of the game. First quarter, they had a 4th and 1, and they went for it. And the Hawks defense was there to stop them and get a turnover. So what are the Archer Tigers to do? Stay tuned here on the Mill Creek Network.
And they will go for it, at least line up to go for it now on 4th and 3. A big play here, and could be the turning point in this game. Doe completes the pass to the near side, but the Hawks are all over that one. It's going to be close, but it looks to be about a yard short, and that'll be a nice defensive stand by the Mill Creek defense.
After that initial interception from the Tigers, the Hawks have been coming back with a vengeance, stopping those Tigers wherever they can. Now it seems to be a turnover.
Hawks defense swarms the ball. Some short of the first down marker. Good news for the Hawk defense. Take the ball down to the first down for the Hawks.
Reminder, coming up at halftime, stay tuned for both the Archer Marching Band performance and the Pride of Mill Creek Marching Band performance. That's coming up at halftime here on the Mill Creek Network.
So far, nearing the end of this first half. Mill Creek High School with 38 points, and the Archer Tigers with 14. 24-point deficit there for the Tigers. Hawks with the ball now. Drog Martin waiting for the snap. Passes it, fakes it, and it'll be a short carry there. Daniel Smith with the carry, about 3 yards.
Hawks just trying to bleed out some of this clock and get us down towards halftime with this lead that they've built so far. And with how the Archer offense has been doing thus far, generating big plays throughout multiple phases of this game, I think it's smart to just kind of sit on it here and get towards halftime, protect this lead to this point. Smith with the carry here. Out across the 25, gets close to the 30, call it about the 28-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 as we approach the final 30 seconds of this first half.
Hawks burning out the clock now. Lots of running plays we're seeing on the field right now. It's 3rd and 1 for the Hawks. The ball is on the 29-yard line. 28-yard line.
The Hawks don't have to run another play here if they don't have to, as the play clock has about 3 seconds more than the game clock does. So if the Hawks want to, they can just sit on it here and head towards halftime. And that seems to be exactly what they will do. And that's it for the first half. The score is Mill Creek 38 and the Archer Tigers.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the field, the Archer High School Marching Band. welcome to the field the 2024 award-winning Mill Creek High School Marching Band, the pride of Mill Creek. The 2024 competition show is entitled Dante's Descent and features the music from The Divine Comedy by Robert W. Smith, Dies Irae from Verdi's Requiem, and Funeral March by Frederick Chopin. We wish to thank our 2024 sponsors, Trinity Custom Home Crafters and Magic for Less Travel. Drum majors, Anna Evans, Taylor Figures, and Caitlin Tuffy. Is your band ready? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Mill Creek Marching Band performing Dante's Descent. Michelle Mallory, Caesar Moncada, Naj Hughley, Michael Criswell, and Reese Mosley, the pride of Mill Creek.
are back. Welcome back for the start of the second half here on the Mill Creek Network. It's the Tigers visiting the Hawks, and it's the home team with a big lead as we get things started in the third quarter, as the Hawks start the third with a 38-14 lead over the visiting Archer Tigers. That first half, Omar, was pretty much capped off by a lot of big explosive plays, particularly in the run game for Mill Creek. A couple of big runs by players like Daniel Smith in that first half that really have propelled them to this lead.
Yes, exactly, Will. Daniel Smith and Trey Walker have been on fire today with their receptions and carries, respectively. And now we're starting off this quarter.
Hawks deferred to start the game, so they will get the ball here to begin the third. Daniel Smith and Trey Walker back deep to receive for Mill Creek. The kicker, Andrew Rogers, out getting started with this third quarter. And we're glad you're with us here with Friday Night Football on the Mill Creek Network as we are back underway. It's a short kick taken there.
He'll sit on it right about the 48-yard line about. Yeah, that'll be on the 47, it appears. First down for the Mill Creek Hawks, beginning of this drive.
Gavin Knott was the one there to kind of haul in that kickoff. Not exactly sure what the reasoning behind was with that short kick. But nonetheless, the Hawks will start off with great field position, already out at their own 47, all the way near the 50.
Yep, great position right here for the Hawks so far. And they'll stop the ball. High snap right there. And he'll pass it. Well, that'll be about. Looks like there'll be no gain on that play right there.
Daniel Smith on the carry. No gain on the play. Brings up second down for the Hawks.
Nice play by that Hawks defensive line, or that Tigers defensive line rather, to stuff Daniel Smith there. And like you said, it'll bring up a second and long. Something that the Hawks have not really found themselves in that much to this point in the game. They've been pretty good about staying ahead of the chains.
And now Throgman with the high snap. Passes it to Smith. And that'll be a first down. Nice carry there by Daniel Smith. About 12 yards or so.
Yeah, Daniel Smith comes into tonight averaging nearly 9 yards per carry through the first two games, and that run shows you exactly why. He gets a great head of steam as he rounds the corner and picks up a Hawks first down into Tigers territory.
Great plays here by the Hawks today. Once again, Daniel Smith and Trey Walker, great players today, on fire.
On 1st and 10, Throg Martin fakes to Van Dry. That's Herter on the near side, but he is quickly wrapped up and brought down. Nice play there by that Archer secondary. And they'll call it a loss on the play. About a loss, we'll say, of 5, all the way back to 47.
Second and 16 for the Hawks.
Hawks on the 47-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Shane Throgmorton looking to pass it downfield. Ooh, and that'll be high pass right there. Very quick. Didn't leave a lot of time to react. And that'll be a complete pass. Fourth and 16.
Third down for the Hawks.
Hawks now in danger of stalling out after they started off with that great field position after the kickoff. Like you said, finding themselves now in a third and long situation. Most obviously a passing moment coming up here for Shane Throgmorton. And he's been pretty good so far about delivering those clutch balls tonight. He had a really deep pass to Trey Walker in the first half. And he'll definitely need something like that here as the Hawks looking to add to their lead.
Shane Throgmorton with the snap ready. High snap. Looking to fake it. And he passes it to Daniel Smith. And that'll be a very long carry right there, about 15 yards.
But it will bring up a fourth down as he's only down to the 37-yard line. And we likely see a Brady Lane field goal attempt coming up here.
Tough gray area right here. You don't know if you want to punt we're gonna field goal, kick it for the field goal here. Going for about 50, 60-yard field goal attempt. Brady Lane on the ball. 54-yard field goal attempt.
54-yard attempt here for Lane. The kick is up. It looks to be well short. Nice attempt there on line, but didn't quite have the distance, and Brady Lane misses. The Hawks come up empty on the opening drive of the third quarter. And at this time, Mill Creek Network and Mill Creek Football would like to thank the following big board sponsors: Buffaloes of Hamilton Mill, People's Bank and Trust, and Atkins Dealership in Winder. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek Football and the Mill Creek Network.
That'll be a turnover now. The Archer Tigers on their 20-yard line, first down. Doe ready for the snap. Low snap right there, looking to pass it. And that'll be a reception. Oh, he's going far. And he'll get just short of the midfield. That'll be first down for the Archer Tigers.
Doe's pass complete to Campbell. Good run after contact.
Ethan Campbell brought down by Metz. Long, great reception right there by the Archer Tigers.
On 1st and 10 now from their own 45. Doe looking to throw, and he's got nobody in the vicinity as that'll just sail out of bounds. Not exactly sure what he saw there, but nonetheless, 2nd and 10.
Jaden Barnes on the coverage for the Hawks.
Throwing at that ball in the last play. Archer Tigers still 2nd and 10 on their 46-yard line. Doe for the snap. Looking to pass it deep. Passes it to the side. And that looks like it could be a personal foul, it appears. I saw some pulling of the shirt there. No flags are called on the field. Play continues. It'll be third and 2 for the Hawks.
3rd and 2 now for the Tigers. A huge third down here for Archer, trying to get back into this game as we're about 3 minutes into the third quarter. They're running out of chances to try and bring back this deficit. Doe gives it to the near side, and he's got the first down. The drive will continue for the Tigers before a host of Hawks defenders are there to greet him and ensure that he cannot get any further than that.
Big squabble, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, and that'll be a first down. They'll move the chains. The Archer Tigers now on the 41-yard line for the Hawks. First down for the Tigers.
Tigers here in the second half having some success with running the ball to this point. They once again find themselves in relative scoring position, but a fumbled snap there. And I'm not sure who was on top of that, but it looks like Archer will retain possession, as I believe that was number 10, Tyree Bedgen, there.
A bit of a change of plays now. At the beginning of the game, we saw a lot of rushing plays, and now Doe is looking to diversify a little bit and doing a lot more passing plays now. The Tigers on the 46. Doe looking to pass, and that'll be an incomplete pass. 3rd and long now.
Archer's still kind of hit or miss in the passing game to this point. They've had some really big plays, but they've also had a few balls that have gone a little bit awry. I think really the biggest key to them is to continue to run the ball successfully, as that's been generally the thing that has gotten them inside of these scoring positions. But once again, in a 3rd and long situation here, you really cannot afford to run the ball. This is where Jordan Doe needs to come up big and deliver a huge strike.
Yeah, like Will was saying, they have their most success with running plays, and he passes it deep downfield, and that'll be just short of the receiver, and that'll be 4th down now. 4th and long, 4th and 15 for the Archer Tigers.
Task Force complete, brings up fourth down for the Tigers.
Doe there, just a little bit short of Colby Alexander. And like you said, 4th and long here. And with the situation that you're in, if you're Archer, it makes absolute sense here to go for the punt. And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll send their punter out, Andrew Rogers. He's had a busy night to this point. He's had to kick a couple extra points, a few punts here and there, and another one back deep to receive. So another relatively short one here for Rogers. It'll come rolling to a stop at about the 24-yard line, and that is where the Hawks will take over with their next possession.
Hawks starting this drive right about the 24-25-yard line. Stay tuned here on the Mill Creek Network.
Mill Creek football would like to extend a special thanks to our loyal supporters at Wellstone Church, Victory Church.
At this time, the Mill Creek Network would like to thank the following big board sponsors: Mayday's Pest Control, Free Chapel, and Expert Home Lending. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek football and the Mill Creek Network's presentation of Friday Night Football. Now Throgmorton out again for the Hawks. And that's Walker getting the carry to the near side. Gets around the corner and gets out across the 30, near the 35-yard line. And he should be close to first down yardage. Call it the 32 there.
Knocked out of bounds just short of the first down marker, brings up second short for the Hawks.
That'll be second and short now for the Hawks. Second and 2 for the Hawks. That'll put them on the 32-yard line. Nice reception right there by Trey Walker, wide receiver.
Throgmorton now with Smith in the backfield once again. It's a pretty fluent situation here for Mill Creek. They can run the ball, they can throw the ball, and it will be a run up the middle, but a nice play by the Tigers' defensive line as they swarm him. And we'll call it just a gain of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. A big third down here coming up for the Hawks.
Important play right here for the Hawks. If they convert this play right here, they'll have lots of motion and lots of action ready for them. The Hawks need to gain some yardage on this next play. What has Throgmorton got up next?
On 3rd and 1, Throgmorton looks to check the play here. Make sure everybody's ready to roll. And he'll get the snap. To give to Smith up the far side, and Smith dives ahead for the first down. Hawks will move the change and continue to bleed away some of this clock as we're down to 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Remember, the Hawks lead 38-14. A massive lead that Archer's trying to come back from. And that'll really make it that much harder for the Tigers.
Now with a little bit of momentum now on the 36-yard line, the Hawks, first down. They've been doing a lot more running plays than in the first half. So they've been trying to burn the clock, I've seen so far. And that's first down.
Now from the 36, another snap goes over Throgmorton's head, and he has to run back and dive on it once again, saving it and retaining possession for Mill Creek. But another disastrous play for the Hawks offense.
Lots of loose balls so far in this game, specifically by the Hawks today. We've had a lot of high snaps for the Hawks and a lot of low snaps for the Tigers. And so it's second and quite long, to say the least. Second and 29 for the Hawks.
Not exactly the best night for Cooper Harris, but he's been able to deliver on a fairly consistent basis. Now on second and 29, Throgmorton with a give to Van Dree, and not really much there. Out of the 14 now is where the ball sits for 3rd and long.
It'll be a 6-yard goal gain for the Hawks. Third and 33.
Archer in a great spot here to try and get the ball back with good field position, but there's a throw off to Malachi Miller, but he can't get much there. Maybe a gain of 2, if that. But nonetheless, a big stop by the Tigers defense. And they'll force the Hawks to punt deep in their own territory.
Sending out the punt team now. The Hawks at their own 16-yard line. 4th and 30 for the Hawks.
Campbell back deep to receive the punt from Brady Lane. We've got a timeout called by Mill Creek. And that'll give us a chance to thank a few more big board sponsors. Rick Hendricks Chevrolet, Champion Roofing, and Impact Home Services. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek Football and the Mill Creek Network.
Attention to the stadium, Sarah Akpan Equat and Amaya Alonzo. Sarah Akpan Equat and Amaya Alonzo. We have an item of yours in the press box. This time, Mill Creek Football would like to thank the scoreboard sponsors.
Hawks coming back after their timeout, sorry. Hawks on the 16-yard line, 4th and long, sending out the punt team.
That's Campbell back deep to receive the punt from Lane. It's a good one. It'll get near the 50 and a good bounce as well. Have it rolling all the way inside the 40, near the 35. Nice punt there by Brady Lane. And the Hawks will down it at about the 33-yard line, and that is where the Tigers will take back over.
Seems to be a 56-yard punt attempt for Brady Lane. That might be a new record. And now Doe looking to pass. And, just short of the receiver. And that'll be incomplete pass for the Archer Tigers. 2nd and 10 for the Archer Tigers.
Yeah, that pass just a little bit off target from Doe. Actually, a new quarterback coming in. CJ Peoples in there in replacement of Jordan Doe. That pass still, nonetheless, a little bit off target. Bring up 2nd and long, like you said.
Bringing in his new quarterback could result in something different for the Tigers offense, and it seems to be another down. Third and 10 now for the Archer Tigers.
Peoples now with Spence in the backfield on 3rd and 10. It's a low snap handled by Peoples, but he's got Hawks all over him, and he's dragged down for a Mill Creek sack. And that should bring up a punt attempt for the Tigers. Was in there for the sack.
Another great defensive player on the Hawks today, Gavin Knott. Lots of sacks today. We lost a little bit of momentum now in this second half, but that's normal. That's to be expected. Rogers with the punt. Short little punt. And it'll end up right at the 48. Hawks in Tigers territory now to start this new drive.
Lots of short punts tonight for the Tigers have not really given the Hawks really any chance to try and return anything or flip field position. But nonetheless, when they are that short of punts like we've been seeing from Rogers, they can kind of get away with these fair catches a lot more. They don't necessarily have to worry about trying to flip the field because this is not the first time that the Hawks have started in Tigers territory. And Throgmorton will be back out there once again with Smith in the backfield. On 1st and 10, it's give to Malachi Miller. Malachi Miller trying to turn the corner, but he will not be able to. Tigers defenders all over him there, and he'll step out of bounds right at about the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play and actually a loss of 1.
Great defense right there for the Archer Tigers, getting all over that Hawks offense.
Now on 2nd and 11 from the Tigers, 49. Throgmorton once again with Smith flanking him. Throgmorton throws to the far sideline. That's caught and ahead of steam. A big play all the way, and he is gone. Touchdown, Mill Creek. Sean Cummings with the touchdown, and the Hawks go up by 30 as they widen their lead.
42 now for the Hawks. Sorry, 44, correction. 44 for the Hawks so far. And Brady Lane with the kick. And now it will be 45. The kick is good.
It seems as though Brady Lane's night might be done as Carter Jackson now out to attempt the kickoff for Mill Creek. Back deep once again is Alexander and Campbell for the Tigers, ready to return the kick.
And he's off with the kick, Carter Jackson. And that'll fall around the 5-yard line. Looking to return it. And they're not stopping him. And he gets out of bounds around the 43, 45-yard line. Number 11 for the Archer Tigers. Ethan Campbell with the return.
First and 10 now for the Tigers at the 42-yard line. Nice return there by Campbell. 37-yard line, rather.
On the 37, 1st and 10 now for the Archer Tigers. Quarterback trying to pass it, and his receiver gets tackled. That'll be a short gain. 2nd and medium.
Now on 2nd and 6, Peoples. He's got Spence in the backfield. A motion Spence out actually to the top of your screen. Going 5 wide here on 2nd and medium. I mean, at this point, you kind of have to. Being down by 31, you got to get some big pass plays coming here. Peoples will throw it to the far side. That's a short little gain out to the 46. We'll call it 3rd and 1 now. And that's Caleb Zielinski, or Caleb Zaleski out there for the tackle.
Trying to gain some momentum again. The Archer Tigers doing some passing plays. After initially, in the first half, we saw a lot of rushing plays for the Tigers. Coming back now with a new quarterback, CJ Peoples. Passes it. Oh, and it'll be an incomplete pass for the Archer Tigers. 4th and 1. In the first quarter, we were in the same position for the Archer Tigers. 4th and 1. They went for it, and the Mill Creek Hawks stopped them in their tracks. What will the Tigers do this time? Stay tuned here on the Mill Creek Network.
Well, it looks as though the Tigers will go for it here, being down by 31, and with only a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. They definitely need some sort of big play here to get themselves even really a chance heading into the last portions of this game. Peoples directing traffic at the line of scrimmage. We'll throw a quick one out to the far sideline, and he is hammered short of the first down yard line. It looks to be a turnover on downs. Nice play there once again by the Mill Creek defense, and they'll take back over already in Tiger territory.
Hawks have been up to some rushing plays usually in this quarter. Now, with this territory that they're in, they're on the 46 right now. Tigers 46. With this great position they've got right now, they've got to make some momentum and start gaining some yards.
Is it still Throgmorton? Okay. On 1st and 10 now. Throgmorton puts Turner in motion. That's carry up the middle, down inside the 45. Call it near the 41, and indeed it will be the 42.
Hawks burning out the clock right now, trying to end this third quarter. About less than a minute left in this quarter. Lots of running plays we've seen on the Mill Creek Hawks defense, on the offense.
Now on 2nd and 6. Throgmorton gives to Van Dry. Van Dry up the middle. Van Dree missing tackles there.
That'll move the chains now for the Hawks. That'll put him on the 35 now. Throgmorton waiting for the snap. Sorry, Cannon Kylie, our quarterback now for the Hawks. And he's running up the sidelines, and that'll be the end of the quarter.
As we come to the end of the third quarter, your score is Mill Creek 45, Archer 14. The fourth quarter coming up after this break here on the Mill Creek Network. Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter here of Friday Night Football on the Mill Creek Network. As we get started with the fourth quarter, it's the Hawks 45 and the Archer Tigers 14. Kylie gives it out to the far side, turns the corner, and gets a nice little gain near the 20-yard line. We'll call it right at the 20.
Anderson Carter with the carry. Now Kylie up, 2nd and 7. Kylie waiting for the snap. There he's got the snap. He passes it. And that'll be stopped right short of the line of scrimmage.
Good play there by the Hawks defense, or by the Archer defensive line for a tackle for loss there, and brings up 3rd and long now for the Hawks offense. Still in field goal range, however, so they definitely can look to get some points out of this drive. But of course, you want to put this in the end zone and give your backups a little bit of time for glory.
Yeah, we definitely want to, the Hawks definitely want to score some extra touchdowns just for bonus points. Who knows? Kylie passes it, and he's running it. Will he get past the first down? Just short of it, he'll go out of bounds. That'll be 4th and short for the Mill Creek Hawks. Anderson Carter with the carry.
Carter Jackson now coming in to attempt the field goal on 4th down. On a really nice night for scoring for Mill Creek. They're looking to add 3 more here. Just minutes into the fourth quarter. Attempt for Carter Jackson here. The kick is away, and it is right through the uprights. Field goal is good.
That'll put us up to 48, Mill Creek Hawks. 14, Archer Tigers.
9:31 left in the game. 48 for the Hawks. 14 for the Tigers. This time, Mill Creek Football would like to thank our scoreboard sponsors: Alicia Strickland Realty, Sneaky Sancho Wings and Tacos, Healthy Minds for Healthy Homes, Atlas Spine and Rehab, Aikens Dealership and One Dealership and One Training, Expert Health Training, and Free Channel.
At this time, the Mill Creek Network and Mill Creek Football would like to thank the following big board sponsors: Champion Roofing, Atlanta Commercial Tire, and Gray Ray Boutique. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek Network and Mill Creek Football.
Lots of energy in the stands to finish off this fourth quarter here at Markham Field. As you can see in the student section, tonight is Neon Night. And the kick is off. Return from number 2. Alexander.
Nice return there by Alexander. Get things outside the 20. 4 for the Tigers. With about 9 minutes to go in the game, Mill Creek with a fairly nice night. They had a really good first half running the football, a couple nice pass plays sprinkled in here and there, and at this point, they're just looking to escape this game with a win and give their backups a little bit of time to kind of stretch their legs, see what they all can do. But Archer as well, looking to get some reps in for their team as Peoples will get the snap, and it's give up the middle there for a short game. We'll call it 1 out to the 25-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 9 now for the Archer Tigers. People's doing lots of running passes now, trying to kill the clock. Finish off this game. A little more than 8 minutes left in this game. Mill Creek up by 34 points.
Peoples again now on 2nd and 9. Stepping back, looking for somebody open downfield. He's got pressure coming in his face, and he'll just chuck that one into the dirt there. Escaped the big loss, but nonetheless, it brings up 3rd and long.
Throws it incomplete to save himself from a horrible loss. What could have been a horrible loss, sorry. 3rd and 9 for the Archer Tigers on the 25-yard line. Tigers getting ready. Peoples looking for the pass downfield. And can he get it? And he overshoots the receiver. Incomplete. 4th and 9 for the Archer Tigers. They're sending out now the punt team. Andrew Rogers for the punt.
Rogers with the punt now. Walker back deep will signal fair catch, and he'll take it in at about the 45-yard line of Mill Creek, and that's where the Hawks will take things over with about 6.5 minutes to go. And we'll take a moment to thank the following big board sponsors: Alicia Strickland Realty, Sneaky Sancho Wings and Tacos, and Neurospine. Thank you for your support of Mill Creek football and the Mill Creek Network's presentation of Friday Night Football.
Rogers with the punt for the Archer Tigers. That'll put the Hawks now on the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 now. Snap, Kylie passes it to number 32, and that'll be a loss for the Hawks. Beasley with the carry. That'll end up being 2nd and 16 for the Hawks now. Actually, now Will Miller is the quarterback for the Hawks.
Second and 10 now for Miller from the 41-yard line. That'll be given to the far side, and the Archer defense is all over that one. Wrapping up Beasley there. Another loss on the play. Caught a loss of 3 yards all the way back to the 38, and it's 3rd and long.
Archer bringing back their defense now. Bringing it on. The Archer Tigers versus the Mill Creek Hawks here on the Mill Creek Network. Stay tuned for Friday Night Football here at Markham Field.
On 3rd and long now. It's a give up the middle once again. Mill Creek just trying to run out some of this clock as we're down under 5 minutes to play. It's Beasley with another carry. Beasley will not get much. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 4th and long now for Mill Creek, and they'll likely send out their punt team once again, and indeed Carter Jackson will come out for the punt.
As you can tell, lots of energy to finish off this game in the stands here at Markham Field. 4th and long now, sending out the punt team. Carter Jackson for the punt. And it's off. And with the return, number 17, it seems. And they'll get him just about where he returned it. Jaden Barnes with the tackle. Injury on the field. Medical staff on the field now.
At this time, the Mill Creek Network would like to remind you that you can tune in here at the same spot. Once again, Mill Creek will be at home playing against the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. Kickoff will be 7:30 p.m. a week from today here at Markham Field. At this time, the Mill Creek Network would also like to thank a few more scoreboard sponsors. Auto Nation, Buffaloes of Hamilton Mill, and Atlanta Special FX. Thank you for your support of the Mill Creek Network and Mill Creek football.
Now with the pass, the Tigers will get a few yards on that pass right there. Here we go. Once again, Peoples passes it, and that'll be a loss of yards when the carry. Zaleski with the tackle. That'll be a loss of yards for the Archer Tigers. They're pushing back 3rd and long now for the Archer Tigers. Seems to be another injury on the field. Second and 18 for the Archer Tigers now. Right there, nearby, with the pass, and he escapes the tackles, but he'll go out of bounds. That'll be about a 9-yard reception for the Archer Tigers.
As we get to 4th down here, I'd like to remind you once again that the Hawks are at home next week, and we'll go to a 3-0 record. The North Gwinnett Bulldogs will mosey into Markham Field, looking to take on your undefeated Hawks. That's coming up next Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Tune in right here on the Mill Creek Network for more Friday Night Football.
The energy is high now. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Tigers with the ball, with the punt now from Andrew Rogers. It'll be longer than usual, and it'll fall right about the 47-48 yard line. Hawks in their territory now to start off this possibly last drive. A little over a minute and a half left in the clock.
At this time, the Mill Creek Network would like to thank a few more of their scoreboard sponsors. Expert Home Lending, B-Tan, and Chili's of Hamilton Mill. Thank you for your support of the Mill Creek Network and Mill Creek football. Now, just about a minute to go The Hawks should be very much content to just kneel this one out here and send this score into the win column.
Killing some time now. Less than a minute left on the clock. And that clock is still going. A little, right now, 30 seconds left on the clock. The clock is running down. 20 seconds left in the game. And that'll be the end of the game. Mill Creek wins 48-14 against the Archer Tigers. See you once again here on the Mill Creek Network next Friday.
Ryder, you can catch Mill Creek Network action next Friday night against the North Gwinnett Bulldogs right here on the Mill Creek Network. But on behalf of everybody on our hard-working production crew, we'd like to thank you so much for watching this edition of Friday Night Football. My name's Will Jackson, and we'll see you guys back here next week. Hawks are victorious, 48-14.
Have a good night.